What's going on, everyone, and welcome back to Restoring Style. Today we have part 5 of the Eternal Derby as we take on Dinamo Bucharest once again. But before we get into that game, got quite a few things to talk about because it's been a little while since I was actually with you guys. The last live com, of course, was all the way in December against Real Madrid in the Champions League, and we're now in March. So, of course, there was a little bit of a winter break in between them, but what I've done is decided to kind of move the save on as quickly as I can to try and get to the more interesting parts of the season, and we've now come to that stage. We're getting towards the business end, so I guess I'll start with the fixtures since the last time I was with you guys. And we'll start off with the League Cup. Now, we've actually made it to the final of the Romanian League Cup. Of course, we won the trophy last year. We're in the final once again, and we're going to be playing Gaz Metan in the final. But to get there, we beat Petrolul in the quarter-final, 2-1 at home. And most recently, in the semi-final, we beat Cluj over 2 legs, 8-3 on aggregate. I decided not to cover the semi-final simply because the competition is not regarded as an important competition by the board, and I don't think you guys would have found it that interesting, but I will cover the final in a live com. But in the league as well, things going very, very well. We haven't lost a league game. We've only drawn 1 league game since the last episode. How many league games have we played? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we've only played 5 league games actually since the last episode. 1-4. Drawn 1. We haven't really played any big sides. I mean, we beat Rapid Bucharest, are kind of one of our rivals. In our most recent game, we beat them 3-0, but you can see we're just very, very comfortable in the league at the moment. I mean, this 2-2 draw against AFC Astra was a bit disappointing. We was actually 2-0 down in this game. So very fortunate, well, not very fortunate, because we played well in the game. We probably deserved the point, but, we scored 2 goals, you can see in the 71st minute and the 77th minute to come back into the game. But I'll show you the league table as well. Of course, there's only 4 games left in the league until it moves into the playoff system. So the regular season is nearly drawn to a close. I'm not sure how the playoff system is actually going to work, because I know, there's a lot of leagues that have a playoff system, but they all work in different ways. So we'll have to wait and see about that. But in terms of the regular season, we're 4 points clear ahead of Dinamo Bucharest at the top of the table, and 9 points clear of Petrolul. So you can see we're doing very well in the league as expected, really. But we've got Dinamo Bucharest today, of course, so we can extend that lead. And I also forgot to mention that we're in the semi-final of the Romanian Cup. I think we was already in it in the last episode. I can't actually quite remember. But yeah, we've got the semi-final of the Romanian Cup. We're playing at Cluj a lot lately. We've got Cluj in the semi-final as well. I probably will cover that in a live com as well. That's coming up fairly soon. But today we're going to have Dinamo Bucharest. We're only going to have 1 game in this episode, so I'm going to cover it in full. I won't chop it up and show you the highlights. I'll show you the game in full. I want to look at the past meetings, because so far in this save, Dinamo Bucharest have had the edge over us very slightly. Of course, they've only won, they've beaten us twice in this save, drawn 1 and lost 1. We've only beaten them once so far. Of course, we lost to them away from home earlier on in the season. We also lost to them right at the start of the season, 4-1 in the Super Cup. So we're looking to get one over on Dinamo Bucharest. We haven't had the edge over them in this save, and we want to be performing better against Dinamo Bucharest in this save. So I'll take you to the team sheet. Actually, before we get into team news, I forgot that I actually want to talk about the youth intake. Now, we've had the youth intake, and I'll show you our best player from the youth intake. It's this guy, Florin Bungal, I think it may be pronounced. So Florin Bungal, 15 years old, has come through our youth system. I mean, he looks decent. His potential to be a useful player. So, my assistant says that he's got the potential to be a leading Romanian top-tier attacking midfielder in the future. So we'll see what we can do with him. I mean, he looks okay, he looks decent, good passing, his technique is not that bad, he's got great determination, which is good. His physical attributes, of course, are not that great. He's got poor strength, but, he's only 15 years old, so we'll see what we can do with him. And there's also another young player I wanted to mention, because I haven't talked about him. We bought him in the summer. This guy, Paul Chiochan, or Chiachan maybe, I'm not sure. I still need to work on the pronunciations, but we bought him in the summer for £28,500, really cheap. and he's got the potential to be a top player in this league. You can see he's got 3.5 star potential, with the other, I think it's a half star or 1 star blacked out. He's got the potential to be a star midfielder in this league. And I played him in the second leg of the League Cup semi-final against Cluj, and he scored a goal. So that is a very, very promising start to his career at Steaua Bucharest. And yeah, watch out for this guy, because he could be a really good player in the future. His physical attributes for a 16-year-old are already excellent. Of course, needs a lot of work on his technical side and the mental side of his game. I may look to bring someone in that can tutor him on the mental side. We'll see about that. But yeah, he could be a really, really good player. But anyway, we'll go back to the team sheet for the game against Dinamo Bucharest. And this is the team we've got. A few injuries actually to tell you about. Horozovsky is out for 2 to 3 months with a torn hamstring, which is not ideal. Albertazzi is also out for this game. Very key player in our team, of course, but he's out for only a few days, so he'll be back soon. And Lucas as well, who's been an excellent player for us this season, is out with broken ribs. Lucas has had a brilliant season for us. Of course, we brought him in for really cheap, 1.7 million. He's got the most assists in the league so far. He's got 13 assists. He's been a crucial player. Hasn't scored a goal in the league as of yet, but in terms of setting up goals, he's a brilliant player. But this is the team for the game against Dinamo Bucharest. We've got Alauskas in goal, back three of Tamas, Pap and Hedgda. In the midfield, we've got Anashe on the right, Niagu and Stanku in the middle, Tanase on the left, Yanku playing behind Gladkey and Kizeru. Gladkey is also someone who I haven't mentioned a lot. We brought him in on loan for Shakhtar, and he's done well when he's played. He was always going to be a bit of a backup player, someone to fill the numbers in the squad. And but when he's been called upon, he's done very, very well. But I don't think we've got a future fee agreed on him, so he won't be here next season. But yeah, he's been a really decent player. Also, Andone is back from injury now. Remember, he was out for about 3 months, I think it was. Good to have him back in as well. I'm going to try and ease him in this time. I think the mistake I made last time when he came back from injury is that I kind of rushed him straight into the squad or into the first team. I'm going to ease him in slowly. We don't need to, rush him back. We've got, quality strikers like Kizeru, who has now got 34 goals in 36 appearances this season, 24 in 22 in the league. He's having a season similar to Tukadin, but I think he's having an even better season than George Tukadin had last season. He's the top goal scorer in the league by quite a fair margin. 29 years old now, so he won't be at the top of his game for much longer, but he has been magnificent this season, and it's been wonderful to see him banging in the goals, and hopefully he can do it today against Dinamo Bucharest. As I said, Dinamo Bucharest have had the edge over us slightly in this save so far, so we're going to be wanting to win this game, and try and get one over on them. It's not nice. It's such a big rivalry in the Romanian league that to lose to them, especially in the manner that we lost to them in the Super Cup, was very, very not heartbreaking, but it was massive disappointment. But hopefully we can do something today. So we're going to get into the game. As I'm only doing one game in this episode, as I said, I'll cover it in full, and we'll see what we can do. That they're missing Nikolai. Quite interestingly, he's been the guy who's always scored against us, so he's not in the squad. So that is very good news. I think it's Marius Nikolai. I can't remember his first name, but Nikolai is out for Dinamo Bucharest. That is very good news, and we're going to say we owe them revenge. And that's what we're going to be looking to do. Hopefully, morale in the camp is superb. As you can see, everyone is very, very happy so far. And I'll bring the speed down. As you saw, we're in magnificent form at the moment, and on our way probably to our second league title in this save. And Hedgda with the header early on, or not early on, it's half an hour in, but the first kind of real opportunity of the game. Tanase with the corner, well dealt with. What can Kizeru do with it? But it is well defended. Not many chances so far in this first half, but you can see we're dominating possession. We've had more shots than Dinamo Bucharest, so we're taking the game to them, but as of yet, haven't been able to really create anything clear-cut. And you see it's half-time already without literally anything happening, apart from that one free kick where Hedgda just missed with the header. But I'll tell them again that we need to owe Dinamo Bucharest revenge after what happened in the last game, or the last 2 games that we've played against them. Of course, Lucas, missing him in the team is weakened us, of course, a little bit. He's a real threat on that right-hand side. And Nashe is a decent player, but Lucas is a much better player. And we've come to the hour mark without anything happening. Oh, wait a minute, I was going to make a sub, but I'll leave it. Tanase comes in with the free kick. Inache picks up the ball after it's well dealt with. Tamas, what can he do? Plays it to Gladkey, into Kazeru. He would score. Oh, he usually would score from there. But straight at the keeper, unfortunately. So I'm going to make a change. Iancu's having a pretty poor game. So I am going to do this. I'm going to move Stanku further up the pitch. I'm going to move Tanase into the middle of the park. I'm going to take off Iancu and bring on Latavleki. Now, Latavleki is actually leaving in the summer. You may have noticed, probably didn't notice, but I've accepted a bid from, I can't remember which club it was now actually, but he's leaving the club. He's been complaining all year about leaving, about not getting first team football, so he's going to be leaving the club in the summer for £400,000, I believe it is. So yeah, he won't be here for much longer. I'd also be interested to know your guys' thoughts on the way I structure my videos. I've just been thinking about it. Do you guys prefer when I kind of chop the game up into highlights, or would you prefer me to do videos like this where I'm covering full games and talking through it? Let me know. Maybe you don't want to hear my voice like this, probably annoying you, but yeah, I'll be interested to know your guys' thoughts on the way I'm structuring these videos, and maybe, you know, hopefully, I mean, we can create a chance here, because there's 15 minutes to go and it's been a very dull game, of contrast to the other derbies that we played. But Stanku plays it into Gladkey and we do take the lead in the derby. Alexander Gladkey, I mentioned in pre-game, he's done very well when called upon, and he's got himself another goal for Steaua Bucharest. And as I say, that it's been a dull game, we do score a goal, and that's a very, very nice finish there from Gladkey to give us the lead with 15 minutes to go in the derby. Hopefully we can get another one here. Tanase with the corner, it's well dealt with, but if we can get it back in, we could create something. Paul Pap into Nikosov, thank you. But it looks like it may be a Dinamo Bucharest chance. They come on the counter now. Hopefully we do not concede so quickly after taking the lead, but Niagu does well there defensively to regain the ball. And this highlight is going on for a little while, so there should be a chance coming. Inache on the right wing with a good ball into Kazeru. And Kazeru, it says, oh, it's Inache's goal. It looked like Kazeru got a touch on that. We're going to have to see it on the 3D replay. I'm sure Kazeru got a touch on that. The ball comes in from Inache along the ground, and I'm pretty sure that Kazeru's got a touch on that. Very, very strange, but that looked to me like Kazeru got a touch on that. So yeah, I'm not sure what to make of that. But anyway, it doesn't matter, because we're a minute away from winning the derby. Hedgda, oh, could have crowned it with a goal himself, but it hits the post. And there is full time at the National Arena. Steaua Bucharest 2, Dinamo Bucharest 0. And I'm very, very pleased with that result. Of course, it means we move 7 points clear at the top of the table, and we deserved the win in all honesty. It took us a little while to take the lead, but we deserved it. Gladkey, and quite, well, not controversially, but Inache in strange circumstances gets a goal. Again, I feel like that was Kazeru's goal, but anyway, well, it doesn't really matter, to be honest. Would have been nice for another goal to go on the Kazeru's record, but that obviously means, as you can see, that we're 13 games unbeaten in the league, going very, very nicely. So that will be it for this episode. As you know, we've got the win in the derby. We've levelled things up in terms of the past meetings with Dinamo Bucharest. But next episode, we'll have the semi-final of the Romanian Cup. I'll cover both legs in one episode after that. I'm not sure. It depends when the playoff fixtures come. Of course, we've only got one league game left to play. I thought it was 28. Okay, so it's not 28 games in the league. There's one more game. Maths. Anyway, we've got Gazmetan in the League Cup as well. But anyway, next episode, as I said, Romanian Cup semi-final against Cluj. Hopefully we can make it to another cup final. Of course, we got knocked out in the semis last year in quite heartbreaking circumstances. I don't want to relive that again, but hopefully we can burn those memories and make it to the final this time around. But if you did enjoy this episode, be sure to leave a thumbs up. Again, let me know what you think about the structure of my videos. Do you enjoy me just chopping up the games and showing highlights, or do you want me to cover games like this where I cover the full game, I show you the full game and talk through it? Let me know, please do let me know. But thank you guys for watching once again. It's been HalfbackFM, and I'll see you guys in a bit.